Well, hello, model car fans. Welcome to the Muscle Car Modeler. My name is Raul, and this week we're going to dip into this kit right here and get into some of the history behind these kits and show you what's in this kit. But first, just to get into what this is AMT Craftsman Series 64 Plymouth Valiant Signet 200. Pretty rare and unusual car. It hasn't been, as far as a model kit goes, this has never been reissued to my knowledge. Pretty rare. These were pretty much snap together kits. It's really a disassembled promo is what it is. If you don't know what a promo is, it's a promotional model that the dealerships handed out, usually free of charge, to potential buyers of the real car, just kind of remind them of what they had. And it had some interesting features, and some of those features actually made it to this model kit. But we'll get to that in a minute. But they've been kind of using the Craftsman Series name on and off throughout the years for some of these basic builders. Revell likes to use that, or starter kits, or pretty easy to build kits. So this one, it actually says on here, every boy can build. Craftsman Series kit's ideal way to get started and keep going. It's like an entry-level kit. Authentic detail. No cement required. You can use it. White wall tires, chrome accessory, easy to apply decals, which I don't think this one actually had any decals. But yeah, with or without cement, kind of interesting. And here's some of the looks of the side here. And it seems like they have always had somebody sponsoring them, or endorsed. Bud the Cat Anderson, customizer from back then. Cat was heavily involved in AMT, I guess, for a little while. But, it's kind of funny to think that. But one of the biggest things, and what some people complain about now, is, in the modern day, we've got these new kits that are coming out, and these are Craftsman Plus series. And these are curbside style with no engine, but some people don't like that. But I can understand why, because, of pricing. So we'll get into pricing here in a little bit, because like this, it's not much different nowadays between this and a full detail kit. So I completely get that argument. I really do. But with today's, availability of 3D print and all that other stuff, so, them making the hoods available to be opened or molded open, that's cool stuff. So, and then they're putting a little bit more detail into these than they did in previous ones. So I'll show you like some of the differences here. But one of the biggest things, like this is from 1964, and many of you brought up the pricing. Like there's the kit number, $1 is the MSRP. So I've heard many times that is the sale price of the kit, $1. So this is a pretty basic builder snap kit, usually molded in color. And then here's a AMT 64 Corvette convertible. Cool kit, 3-in-1 kit. This is not complete. It's got what I wanted out of it. When I got the other stuff, I pretty much may have sold it. But here it is, also customized by Bud the Cat Anderson. So it's kind of funny to see all that on there. But this was twice the price. It's a $2 kit. So in 1964, and you can see the size of the boxes here. You got a $1 kit or a $2 kit. But this was 3-in-1. Engines, multiple building options, decals, lots of stuff. I don't believe the trailer was in this kit, but I'm not 100% sure since I don't have the kit. This one is going to be restored. This is kind of what I was thinking about. So what's in here, just a sneak peek, is all the stuff to build this stock 64 Corvette. The custom stuff is gone, probably sold, and this was a rebuilder. I think I have some pictures of when it was new, or when I purchased it as a builder and stripped it. But it's just kind of funny to think about some of that stuff. Now this one, it's not really mint either. This came my way to be rebuilt and everything. But here's a look at it. These are just the front and rear bumpers. They were re-chromed a long time ago, which I got plenty of restoration projects that I've done this to, that I had planned to redo them. and then they just sit. So here's, for those dying to know, there's a 64 Valiant's front bumper. And it was re-chromed by Chrome Tech Bob a long time ago before he closed up shop. But anyway, because I know I'll get asked that question. Who did it? When was it done? It wasn't done yesterday. But there's the front. The rear bumper's in here as well. But this thing, this one has been painted. And it's definitely been painted. And hand-painted the silver trim on it. Nice job. Hubcaps are really nice chrome, but it's been played with. But this one, the interior has been painted and detailed, and actually pretty nicely, as a matter of fact. Glass is in there, but it's not. It's free now. It was glued in, but it's free. So this would be an easy restoration, but it's just kind of sitting here because I don't really know exactly what I want to do with it as far as color combos go. And to me, it's also interesting to think about, this is the kit that came out, and the Barracuda didn't come out until 65 as a kit, but they did have a promo of a 64. I do have one. Here's a picture of what it looked like before I started to tear it apart and work on it, but I hadn't finished it. But with the new 65 retool coming out, it's kind of exciting, which made me think about this kit. But here's one of the things that, as a promo that we don't get with the new rebuilds that we got back then. Look at this chassis. To me, it's interesting. I'll probably leave all this stuff under there because it's fun to read this. I'll actually flip it over so you can read it. It had a lot of the details about the vehicle's 5-year, 50,000-mile warranty, full unitized construction, some other details here. Not a whole lot under the bottom of this one, but that's your promo chassis. It would have things on here meant to promote the vehicle when it was new. So that's the kind of stuff that you got with this. So it was basically a disassembled promo, and no glue required. It had screws. Here's some custom parts, trophies and stuff that were kind of in the kit as well, which promos didn't get. Here's the front valance. But this one, they did drill the holes, and I do have to fill the holes to do that because promos usually didn't have mirrors or antennas. So that was the kind of stuff they added to some of these. There's a shifter. A lot of promos did have the shifter. There is a shifter in there, which, you kind of saw. But whoever built this, they did a pretty decent job. But I just took it apart to make sure I could take it apart back then and polish the glass. But that's kind of funny to see that. And then here's another one, same kind of thing. Here's another one. This one doesn't say Craftsman Plus on it or anything, but it's an AMT 63 Falcon. It doesn't have the year anywhere on here. But same thing, a $1 list price, 69 cents or 49 cents or $49. I think $49 is probably more closely to what I actually paid for this when I bought it. Again, another one I've had for a number of years. Now this one, same kind of thing. I pulled it apart. The wheels I didn't have re-chrome, but the bumpers and a lot of the stuff have been re-chrome, which is what's in these bags. Got different Mustang wire wheel covers to go on it. But this one, same kind of thing. This one was not painted as well, or this one wasn't painted at all. The mold lines are on there. So it needs some cleanup, but it had all the stuff attached to it. But the chassis, same thing. Look at this Ford, if you can see all of that on there, but 36,000 miles or 2-year antifreeze protection, self-adjusting brakes. That was a feature back then. You don't even think about that stuff today. 2 new convertible power top standard, 2 new convertibles power top standard. Fun is what's new in Falcon, the all-new Economy Champ. The wheelbase, 38,000 miles between major lubes, steering, front suspension, and universal joints. Bolt-on front fenders, kind of funny that that's a feature. And then just other miscellaneous stuff. 32.6 miles per gallon back then. That's the 6-cylinder. 25-year history of mobile gas economy run. Best gas mileage for 6 or 8 cylinders. So it's kind of funny to see all this stuff. Vacation size trunk, if you can see that. Yeah, it's kind of funny to see that stuff. But that's what was in a lot of the promo chassis from back in the day. They had all this stuff written on them. 6,000 mile oil change. So I'm kind of reading this stuff to you. And then what else is on here? I think that's pretty much it. Extended life. Exhaust systems were known for rusting out back then. But extended life, they started to go with aluminized piping. So it's kind of funny to think about, features back then, added value versus, today, airbags and stuff, you don't have any of that stuff. So it's kind of funny to think about all that. But there's just a couple of them just to show you. But I figured it'd be kind of fun to really show you, one of these kits and what you really did get. Hoods are molded shut. You can't open them. You can really cut them and do what you want. But there's no added detail anywhere in there. As far as the inner fenders, there's nothing there. Just the two screws where it mounts. So, and these can be really thick when you do cut that. So it's kind of interesting, but to just show you kind of the history of what was going on back then versus the Craftsman Plus today, so you can kind of understand what the Plus actually means now. But the value, these were half the price for kits back then. So it's kind of fun to think about that stuff as well. So I figured you guys would kind of enjoy this, show these off a little bit and just kind of share it with you. But you guys, thank you for tuning in, subscribing, and all your comments and everything. I'd love to see your comments on this, and especially you guys that were buying them back then. It was a little bit before my time, and I'm 50. So if you were buying these as a kid, you're in your 60s and 70s. But anyways, you guys, thanks for all your comments and everything. I really do appreciate it. And you guys, you have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you next time.